That's just a different way of thinking is what it boils down to. And a book was mentioned over the weekend of Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by Harv T. Eker. And the entire book, it portrays the different thought processes of how successful people think. The only difference between someone at a successful level and someone who's not are the decisions they make in order to move towards success on a daily basis, sometimes an hourly basis. If you break your day down and if you start getting efficient and productive rather than busy and distracted, then you'll start to have massive success. And these are the things that separate, right? These are the things that separate, in my mind, the classes, right? And you start moving towards a higher class of income when you start to think differently and moving towards that quality of life. Okay. So here's our UWAs so far this month. Now, if I hadn't called your name, I don't know what you've done the last 8 days. Let's see here. Arlette Harrison, Danielle Leifert, Diane Pastor, Diane Crump, Jamie Bloss, Jared Bonica, Jenna Obi got her first application in. Great job, Jenna. Christina Ward, Lake Savage, Bella Vance, Leah Mitchum, Mark Spear, Natalie Winfrey, Nia Johnson, Peggy Jorquera, Trey Brooks, and Van Barnett. Your name wasn't called. That means maybe you haven't even started this month. I don't know. That's for you to figure out. Maybe you have started. Maybe it's been the luck of the draw. I don't know. Personally, I do know that if you put the work in, the correct amount of work in, the results will follow. You know, it's maximum output equals maximum input. You know, it's just a direct reflection of what you do in your business. You'll start to receive that input. So for those of you who are recruiting, you know, we talked about over the weekend, obviously we're switching to IULs in quadrant 1. I think it's important that when you guys are starting agents out, that, you know, just like we usually start out on age leads, whether it be 2, 3s, 4s, 75s, or age social media MP, or aged direct mail MP IVR, also integrate social media IUL aged into that platform. If you've got someone that's going to invest $350, right? I would get them to invest, you know, 200 of it into the aged IUL platform, the rest into aged MP. Does that make sense, Diane? And we start integrating. Now, I don't know. I know we have Josh's live dials on our welcome page. If we don't have a standard script up there, I'll go ahead and put one together for you, you know, based on what we saw over the weekend of how simple that conversation is and getting people move forward. But, you know, we tend to overthink our scripts and overthink our conversations with these clients. And that's what we have to break the habit of the overthinking it and just having a general conversation of why they filled out the form. You know, that's what it's all about. So, you know, we're going to put that out there and get people moving forward. But again, we've got live dials with Josh, like 3 live dials with Josh talking to these clients. You can hear exactly how he talks to them. Where do you find these? This goes back to recruiting as well. Anytime y'all hire somebody and you've gotten them through licensing, whether you're using an RC or they've gotten through contracting and they're now in workplace, and they're ready to go, and you created their upline chats and put them in all their groups, it is important, very, very, very important that you go to the TLG-GT new agent welcome page and you walk them through. Who on here has no idea what I'm talking about? And that's okay. Raise your hand. Because I need to make sure everybody knows what I'm talking about. Jared, they all know. It's first. All right. So spend or invest, you know, 7 to 10 minutes with your new agents on that welcome page. Walk them from top to bottom. Don't skip. Don't go over stuff. Don't say that's not important, because everything we put on there is well thought out. This is everything from the district managers and up that we thought we needed on that page to get people started, well thought out. Walk them through step by step. Now, when you'll come to find on the initial start, when it comes to the simple steps, is that we have, I believe, 6 links. And then it says, what does it say after that link 6, Jared? Do you remember?
I said, I believe it says call your upline or start here or something like that, right?
It says stop here.
Yeah.
Don't overanalyze everything. Let's start with these, then we'll attack the rest, is basically what it says. Right. So we want to get people moving forward on their dials, contacts, and sets before they have to go in and start studying everything and overanalyze everything. Right. So it's important. Anytime that y'all hire a brand new person, you walk them through that page and you get them started, get their first lead purchases in. We are looking for your first 3 applications in your first 5 days. Well, Aaron, we usually don't have Foresters or Americo or Transamerica or CVS or GW or the other carriers within the first 5 days, right? We have Mutual of Omaha. We have CFG that you can write immediately starting day 1. You can start writing that. Plus, if you guys want to attack MUIULE, my suggestion is if you have your health license to write a small accidental policy on yourself and get that application in, just like Jenna did, as fast as possible, and it'll start your contract and you'll come in within 3 days. Like it will. You're super fast. All right. So you've got that in, and you've kind of knocked out 2 birds with 1 stone. Step 1 of the 8 steps, right? You've got a policy on yourself. Now, I would recommend making sure that you have, like, once you get into Mutual of Omaha, I would actually write an IULE on yourself. Like, it's just a phenomenal product to have, and it's a smart thing to do. Got it?
100%.
Aaron,
yep.
Aaron, but I'm totally flat broke. I don't know that I can make the premium if it's coming out in a few days. I don't have any money, but I'm committed to work and make that money. How do I write a policy on myself if I've got no money?
Well, I mean, if we're flat broke, you're talking about an accidental policy? Is that what you're asking me? Like a $5?
Yeah, or any, if I'm just flat broke and I don't have any money right now, but I'm willing to work. If you show me, and I'll make the money in the next week. Is there anything I can do?
You can push that payment out.
I could push it out 7 days.
You can push it out. You can push it out. You can push it out up to 30 days if you choose.
So I can get started, get contracted, and write a policy on myself so I can show my clients I believe in my products. Man, that's a great idea.
I'm glad you thought of it now. No, you can. So, I mean, but like when I think me and a lot of individuals have a different perception of flat broke. Like I really do. There's some of you that come in here like, well, I don't have a whole lot of money. And like there was a cat in here that had, I don't know, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 in cash in the bank, and he said he was flat broke. Like when I came into this business, I actually did not have any money. My credit score was literally 450. And I lost 5 houses, 5 cars, a motorcycle, everything that you could possibly think of that I built up in my life, it was gone. So when we're talking about flat broke, like I had to sell things in my house to get going. Like that's flat broke. Like some people have a different idea of what flat broke actually means in order to sacrifice to get ahead. Like I was willing to sacrifice anything I could get my hands on in order to get ahead. Anything. Like, it's legally, right? Within my household to move ahead. And if people wanted to give me things to hawk, I'd do that too. It's whatever. It was just a different thought process of I believed that much in what I was getting ready to do that I would sacrifice anything. You need me to be there? I'll be there. You need me to drive 5 states away? Yes. Okay. You mean back then it was, Peggy knows this. You need me to spend $1,000 on a plane, on a jet, so I can fly to 5 cities with you because you want to split the cost. And I don't really have that much money, but we're going to do it anyway. Okay. Yes. That's what I've done to build. Oh, you need me to invest to build my business $600-700 a week in PRS in order to maybe find 15 to 20 people that are going to do what we're going to do. And maybe we grow. Yes, I'll do that too. Like there's a lot of people on this team who did that. Now we have a different PRS, and those of you who got selected for our premier recruiting system that Art is hosting, it was merely based on merit of value, right? I think like 40 people registered for this thing. We had all kinds of names coming in, right? 40 people. We have to do a round because we want to make sure that we're doing it the right way. And we're making sure everybody gets in there and is able to have success up front. And then we'll bring in another group of people. So if it's based on selection and we're bringing on another group of people, and oh, by the way, with this current 15, we'll probably hire 100 a month. What are you going to do right now to ensure your selection for next round?
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to do right now to ensure that you get your hand raised to get in the next round? Because I promise you, I don't know why everybody didn't move as fast as I did. I think that's usually the theme. Like, I'm just kind of a do it right now kind of guy. And if the problem occurs, I try to fix it right then and there. Like, no matter what, like I've already got my ad up and running. I got 27 responders and 4 phone numbers already. And it's been overnight, like truthfully. So I'm fired up. I'm fired up. What's getting ready to happen? Am I doing that with other stuff I'm doing? Sure am. I'm not stopping what I've been doing. That is in addition to, but other ways that y'all can recruit while we're learning this new system and moving on with it. Guys, we've got continuously Facebook ads. We know how to do that. Y'all know how to post Facebook ads. You know how to do that. Social media ads, you know how to do that. If you're running TikTok ads, you know how to do that. If you have people on your social media, you know how to post up about what we're doing. You know how to click, you know how to share, you know how to emit excitement about who we are. And I know the people that believe in what we're doing are the ones that are sharing it, the ones that are promoting it. And when you believe in something, it tends to work. Y'all understand? All right. Also 3-foot rule, people that you're running into continuously. Like, we're savage, man. Lake ran into one of the sharpest people I have met in a very long time. And he got him invited. Like, this guy came to conference. He was Lake's driver to conference, and Lake invited him to conference, and he showed up. Like,
For real.
This guy was so dang sharp. And I didn't really know who he was at first, because Lake was like, I need you to introduce you to this guy. I was like, your driver? I was like, okay. Right. What did I say to him? Like, I was like, you drive? Like, what are you driving for? Like, why are you driving, bro? He was like, no, I own the company. I was like, yeah. I was like, okay, that makes sense now. You know, it's like, but like, you never know what kind of sharp individuals you're running into when you're just out and about. But how many of you are afraid to open your mouth and just talk about who we are, what we do, and why we do it? If you want a business, you've got to be vocal about who you are, what you can do, and the value you can add, and through what systems we do it. You know, also through your clients, you've got way too many illustrations of being able to hire our clients. Like Holly's one, Diane Crump is one. You know, just opening your mouth at the end of your presentation and talking about what we do. We hire our clients. Warm market. This is the fastest way of growth. You people know, and that, like, I was warm market years and years and years ago. I was on the original chicken list. Y'all know what a chicken list is? A chicken list is the people that you think are doing really, really, really well in life. And there's no way that they would want to join some insurance company. I was on that list because I lived in, a 6,500 square foot house. My brother was like, he's like, he didn't really know what was going on in my world in flooring, how I was losing everything. I wished in 2007, when he started, that he had reached out to me and talked to me about this deal. I probably would have been open. I probably wouldn't have lost everything that I lost, truth be told. But I was on his chicken list. Someone who was perceived to be doing really well in life that you don't think would want to do this. But I'll tell y'all right now, that person may be praying for something like this, whether it be full-time or part-time or supplemental income, especially like, I'll tell you, back then I was making 250, 300 a year, but I was spending it all. And when the market crashed in 2008, everything was lost. Like, I wasn't saving money. So there's people in that position right now due to inflation who may be maxed out on what they were spending because maybe they weren't taught like me, right? They weren't taught how, like, because I wasn't taught back then. I just kind of, everything that came in was going out for quality of life and fun, right? I wasn't saving anything. So when you're talking inflation and people, yeah, but they've got a big house and they're making $25,000 or $30,000 or $40,000 a year. What if their bills are now $45,000 due to inflation, right? And they just need something to bite into to bring them a little bit of extra income. Think about that. You know, we don't talk about it often, but I was one of those people back then. I was that person. So y'all think about stuff like that and just talk to them. Let them know that we have an opportunity. Like, if for those that were at conference, there's individuals there on their own pen that are making over $400,000 a year. 400. That's a lot of dough. Some of you are like, wow, yeah, that's a lot. You can have that. Like, y'all can have that dough if you want it. If you choose to go that direction, if you choose to put that type of work in, which Elijah cracks me up. He's like, I feel like I'm barely working. He's working less now than he worked at the Department of Defense. He made like 160,000 at the Department of Defense, traveling to Dubai, traveling all over the place, working 60 hours a week, working less now, making double. Like, that's this system. That's who we are. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, who was that? Was that you, Diane? Or...
I said, yes, that's perfect.
So a lot of us are either we've been in our story or we're just getting our story started when it pertains to this business. That's whatever your story is. And, you know, we hear a lot of failure to success stories, or sometimes it's success to success. Like, personally, I believe Mark's story is success to success. I believe Eli's story is success to success. Does that make sense? Like, you can't go to Eli and be like you can't hear a woe tale. Like, my man's just been living his life and found something to tap into that will better even more. Same as Mark. Mark has been living his life at a high level for 20 years and then found something to tap into it even more. So it makes sense. Like, it doesn't always have to be a failure to success story, but if that's you, and if you think that maybe you've hit rock bottom or whatever, well, now it's time to write your story. Now it's time to tap into what we have and really buy into it fully. Or if it's never occurred to you that you could make 100 to 200 to 300 to 400 to $500,000 a year plus, well, you can if you do A, B, C, D, because it's written out, plain, inked in. Like, it's so simple to do what we do. The hard part is consistency, waking up and choosing it every single day. That's how I've lived my life. You know, a lot of people, Zach had me, I think it was Zach. Zach had me write out my entire day for him. I was like, well, yeah, I mean, it's changed since I used to be in the field. You know, for the last 10 years or so, it's kind of been the same. I wake up at the same time, do the same thing every morning, and do the administrative stuff at the same time. And then I just get on the phone and recruit. Usually have a conversation with either Nelson or Jared by 9 a.m., 20, 30-minute conversation. A lot of times Lake will call me in the morning. Mark will call me about 10 times a day. You know, like it. And it's just the same day. And I'm calling people, scheduling and training every single day, day in and day out. Aaron, when do you have time for family? Right. See, I'm not attached to a computer. I'm attached to my phone. And I can go wherever I want, whenever I want, however I want. Y'all understand that? Like, but it's mundane. Does it make sense, Zach? Everything I do is mundane and the same every single morning. I create that consistency in my life. Growth personally loves consistency. So if you're like, well, I'm not a morning person. Like, when you guys convince yourself you're not of a certain thing, like you're only throwing up roadblocks that are going to keep you from getting what it is that you want. Well, I just can't wake up past it, earlier than 8 a.m. You can, you just choose not to. You really can. Lake was up at 6:30 in the morning this morning, texted me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you can if you choose to, if it's important to you. Like you guys can really start doing the things that set you apart from most people and start to elevate your life. But I don't know if I can do $150 a day. What, $35 an hour, 5 hours of dials throughout the day. You can, if you choose to. So, all right. So we are writing our stories. Y'all, if y'all aren't fired up after the weekend, man, like I'm like, do this number right here, check this number right here, like see if this is beating or not. Like I would really check yourself to ensure that you were still alive, because man, that set me on fire this weekend. Like this, for those of you that know me, like I said, I'm a do it right now. I am fired up that if we got 15 of us rocking 400 people a month, we're going to be talking to weeding out. Let's just say we actually get 1,000 people interested a month out of those 5,000 people we're going to be talking to. Tell me about it, Peggy. Tell me about it. And only 10% of them do it. That's 100 people that are like, yes, let's go. 100 people a month. Now, maybe out of those 100, maybe 50 of them are serious. Y'all know how much production 50 is? Heck, I'd take 20 serious ones. That's $150,000 of production a month. Own up, own up, own up.
No weenies.
No, well, I'm not even, see, that's why I like the new system, like, because it's a filtration process. Like we're just filtering them down and getting to those who mean it, those who are serious. Aaron, are you going to lose some people that are maybe fearful or doubtful or scared? Maybe, but we're talking to so many, I don't care. Does that make sense to y'all? Like it just doesn't matter. All right.
Didn't Kimberly just fire someone? We never fire anyone. Didn't she say, she just said, look, you're not going to keep to your word and keep to your schedule? You know what? This isn't a good fit. Goodbye.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I mean, we've done that here before. I think I did it last week to somebody. Truth be told, some people just aren't a good fit, and we're just not going to roll with them if they're not ready to roll with us. If they're not ready to listen, work, associate, and communicate. Like we don't need any baggage anymore. We're in a position to not need any baggage. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So that being said, it's time to rock and roll. If your name wasn't called on the list, you lost 8 days. And I don't know when you're going to be starting, but we do have a dial session tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern time. Live dials tonight. How many of you will be on live dials? Or how many of you have something in your schedule that you have to do? You know what I have to do? I got to be there. I've created a life around my big blocks because those are what I have to do. Could other things come into place? Other perceived responsibilities? They could have, but a lot of them I leveraged off. Make sense, y'all? Like this is a different thought process. I leveraged off things that hinder me from growth. And there's things in your life that you can do. So like, it's like, well, I'm used to eating dinner at 6 o'clock. Keep doing what you're doing. Nobody's going to tell you to do anything different if you don't want to do it. I'm used to not having to work Saturday mornings. Keep doing what you're doing. Ain't nobody going to tell you to do anything different if you don't want to. If you're right, you're right. But for those who want to step up and really, really take advantage of this, then we just sacrifice for a period. Right? I posted that from Grant Cardone the other day. He was like 2 years of sacrifice for 50 instead of 50 years of regret. Man, that is powerful to me. That's mad powerful. Like I promise y'all, my first 2 years in this business was sacrifice. I had AJ who was 3 years old. Yeah, he was 3 years old, and Mason who was 2 years old. And I was gone on the road. Like it wasn't a work from home deal where I could go give my kids a hug and go sit back at my desk. I envy you if that's your situation. Truth be told, like I envy you. Oh, but I can't do that. I've got to go to these games. I got to do all this stuff. I got to do all this stuff with the kids. I got to do that. I got to do this. Like I was on the road, 6 a.m., coming back sometimes at 11 p.m. I envy your position of virtual, that you can stop what you're doing, go take a couple minutes, go give your kids a hug and a kiss and get your ass back to work. I envy that. If I had that, I'd be so far. I just didn't have it. So I didn't have that kind of choice. So I sacrificed. And my kids love me. Peggy, tell them, do my kids love me more for it?
Yep,
They sure as heck do, don't they?
absolutely. Or driving 7 hours to Idaho, spending 3 nights in a hotel.
You know it. Peggy, me and Peggy are old school. Y'all know Peggy's been with me for 11 years. Longer. Longer. Old school. So it's time to get after it, man. This fires me up. Whatever it is, 20K, 30K, 40K. Eli's laughing at your 20K, by the way. 50K, 60K. Eli knocking down 70K last month. Josh breaking records with over 100,000 in personal production. Y'all go get yours. You go get what you want. Whatever it is that you want. Know it's going to be a dogfight. Know that you're going to have to maintain positive mental attitude. Know that you're going to have to work for it and go get it. Now, and those of you that want to write your 1 to 5 applications, maybe, I love you now, you're just a 1 to 5 application kind of month guy or gal. And that's okay. I love you just the same. If that's all that you want out of life, if that's the vision you have, that's okay. Ain't nobody mad at you. But if you tell us otherwise, that you want bigger, better, badder, that you want more quality, you want to, Josh is such an example. If you want to, at the drop of a dime, go to Paris, right? If you want to, at the drop of a dime, hey, I think I'm going to move from Raleigh to Charleston. I don't know if y'all have ever been to Charleston, but it is expensive. Like me and Dana are going at the end of the month. It's like $800 a night hotels. Like it is, if you don't have money, you don't move to Charleston. Like, and that's the damn truth. Like if you guys want that kind of life, then you got to work for it. You got to work for it. You got to match what you're saying with what you're doing. So I'm fired up, man. Jared, coming off a conference.
Yeah, buddy.
Time to get rolling. We are
Let's go.
9 days in, man. Talk to the team. What's your goal for this month? You and Danielle together. What's y'all's goal for this month? What do you guys want? What are you going to do? And I'm going to take a couple minutes for the team, bro.
Yeah, man. So conference fired me the heck up. And I mean, if y'all don't know by now, we have a couple of big Ys growing in Danielle's belly. So, I mean, the goal for Danielle and I is never to do less than 50,000 annual premium between the two of us. And quite frankly, that's going to fall a lot on me. So my goal is 50,000, Aaron. And I'm going to go get it.
You know what your production was last year? I think Danielle, you were at what, 280, 260?
260.
Right? 260, and Jared was at like 240,
215, 240, somewhere in there.
You were right there at net 500, or gross 500 for the year. You're right there. So I love that you guys are always on it. Like you guys really are. Like you're a power couple, and it is inspiring to watch. And Lifer Agency, if you're on here, take note of what's going down. Like these two have your backs 1,000%, and they're going to run at a high level, and they're going to take on responsibility to making sure security for these two little buns in the oven.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Right.
And we're going to be building, we're taking this thing wide. So we're doing the new PRS, and we're stoked about it.
Let's go. I'm excited for y'all.
Investing in ourselves, Aaron. That's what we're doing. We're investing in our team and ourselves.
Y'all follow. These are two leaders right here. Lifer Agency, follow these leaders And if you're expressed interest in rising up to leadership yourself, let them know. Yeah, they're going to continue to
100%.
build with you and just stay right in line with them. Savage, what's up, man?
What's up? Good morning.
Que pasa, Savage? Dude, I don't know if you're fired up after this weekend, but I am. You know?
Heck yeah.
So talk to the team about what your vision is for this month and what you're getting ready to do.
Yeah, so like Jared said, I'm gonna heavily invest in myself. I'm gonna pivot hard, like Art said, into IULs. You know, there's no reason I can't be a 100K producer. And so I'm gonna push for that. And with the new PRS system, I'm excited to show other people how to do 50, 100K a month. I'm looking for a team of savages. I'm looking for people that are gonna move without excuse. You know, you just got to be tough enough. And if you're not right now, that's okay. But you can always come back later when you're ready. But we're ready to roll, man, and I'm super excited. So this month I'm pushing to hit 45, 50K. And we've got 3 weeks left. I'm already over. I think I'm going to be over 11 today. So got 30K in 3 weeks. I think it's doable.
Yes, sir. Fired up to hear that, man. You know, we've got, like I said, we've got a new system set. Lake, you were selected to be a part of that PRS system due to value, right? Produce a whole lot and you're there leading. So fired up what you're doing, man, and can't wait to see what happens in your agency over the next 90 days.
Yeah, man. I want to be able to go to Bojangles whenever I want.
For real. You can build a Bojangles up in Maine. Trey, like y'all understand about these IULs, right? Trey is like my boy Trey over here. Like he's obviously got a really big one cooking in the books right now. They just finished the financial statement. They've done the APS, like it's going through underwriting. But he surprised me. He was like, I'm working on another one where they're looking to dump in $50,000 a year. Like, what are you working on? Like, are y'all gonna let Trey have all this fun or what? Like, for real? You're gonna let Trey have all this fun? Like, he's just all he's doing is scooping up SMIUL, just having conversations with people. Yeah, like it just is what it is. Like it's hilarious. So, Lake, I know with your background that's going to be right up your alley. So just keep running. All right. All right. Where we at? Mark, I believe, is at physical therapy. Nelson, where you at? There you are, buddy. What's up, Nell?
Right here. Fired up coming off of conference. When you're talking to someone that you just saw come on board a few years ago, and the average manager, like you just said, Jared, Danielle, we all did about 250-ish in volume. When you get to sit next to someone that you just saw start, and he did more than you did in 3 months, he did more than you did all year in your personal volume. That's impressive to me. And it's just another Roger Bannister verifying that it can be done. So my goal for this from here on forward is, you know my phrase, Aaron, you cannot teach what you do not know, and you cannot lead where you will not go. So where I'm going is 50K a month. 50K is the new 20K. That should be minimum personal producer volume. So we could have the money to run our agencies. And then my goal is, as it was last year, 6 managers that I can teach to do 50K with their team. They can't say squat to me if I'm doing 50 off my own pen and I'm asking them to do it with a team. That's what I'm looking for. 6 people that are going to let me pour into them what I know so we can get you over that million. Heck, like Elijah said, I want to do 1.2 mil off my own pen. That'll get it done with 50K a month. And with the new systems we're developing and the recruiting efforts, I'll find 6 people that want to come with me.
I love that. And, you know, we hold on. You should be on this call. Right. How about that? I love this thought process. And I kind of prefaced it, Nelson, with people like, it's okay if you want to do 1 to 5, like you have a place here, but I need to make sure y'all understand we're running and gunning with those who want to run and gun. That is where all of our time is going to. If you're in motion, we're in motion with you. But if you're constantly headbutting us or not on our training, or you're not communicating with us, we're just going to be nice to you. Like, we're not going to be a-holes. That's not who we are as an organization. We're not going to just push you out. We have a positive environment here. We really, really do. And we're going to answer your questions when you ask them. We're going to be there to support you when you need it, but we are going to put all our efforts into those who are putting all their efforts. I need to make sure everybody knows. So I love what Nelson's saying is that he's looking for them. He's looking for those who want to do $50,000 in production. He's going to do 50 on his own pen. He's looking for 50. He's looking for people to find 5 to 7 to run volume of 50K agency manager. Truth be told, I think all of our managers looking for the same thing. And 100%. The best thing that you can do is keep them from looking elsewhere. You better raise your damn hand and let them know that you are that person that they should be focusing on and putting their attention on and helping you build to what you want and helping you grow to what you want in production, and just being a good listener, a good worker, a person who associates, and definitely someone who communicates with us on a daily basis. That's what it boils down to. That's what we're looking for. So I appreciate you. I'll speak volumes to my boy Mark. Like Art said it over and over again. Like, dude, literally stopped taking his pain medications. Not like it. Like, what happened to Mark is a very, very, very big deal. Like, it really is. Like, his legs swelled up while he was sitting there at conference. No pain medications, and he performed one of the top MP sales trainings that I've heard in this company. And like, I'm not saying that just to say that, but he really did a masterful job on explaining his entire process and why he does what he does and all the organizational skills that he has to ensure that he's doing the best job for the clients, which is why he converts at such a high level. Does he win them all? Nope. No such thing as 100% close ratio. I ain't seen one yet. I have seen 100% issue pay ratio, Lake Savage. But not 100.
Hey, Aaron.
Oh, there he is. What's up, Mark?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm sorry I'm off camera. I'm just going through some issues today. I had physical therapy yesterday that wrecked me. So I just didn't want to come on camera because I look a mess. But I've been here the whole time. And, through, just going to that, and I wanted to show everybody that, getting to conference, if you're making excuses on why you can't make it to a conference, that's all it is just an excuse. If I could do that and get there, I don't regret one bit of it. Yes, my legs swelled up the day, the night after that first day. And it was, I'm talking from the straps in the brace, there were grooves in my leg. It was so my foot was twice the size of my other foot. It was insane, but I don't regret it. To get around, I thank you for the kind words and putting on the speech that I did, but it was from the heart, and it was from, a place of being able to advance in this system, and it's been only short 3 years, but the main point is the association, to get around all the agents that I look up to, all the agents that are responsible for my success, like Jared Leifert, Lake Bellavance, Danielle, Nelson, and yourself, and Elijah. Everybody, all the top agents. Like, if whoever was there listens to my training, none of that was me. None of it. Okay, that was. I add my personality to it when I'm talking to a client because I got to be authentic and I got to be me. But all the key selling techniques, the PowerPoint presentation, all the stories that I tell, some of them are personal, but some of them I've gained along the way, and it's all from other agents. So being there to tap into it and associate, I'm fired up. I'm fired up because I got to have go out to dinner with Danielle and Jared and Nelson and Lake and yourself and just sit around and instead of looking at you over a Zoom conference, you know what I mean? We all live in different states, but it was so amazing. I'm fired up. This new PRS system, seriously fired up. If you can't change your people, and I plan on it. If my people that I have now are not ready to run and gun with me, well, like you said, I'm going to be nice to you. Hi, guys. How you doing? I'll answer your phone. But when it comes down to finding people who are going to run and gun at my level, that's what I'm looking for.
Yes, sir. We're nice. We're nice to the rest. You know, whatever level that you want to sacrifice, we're gonna be nice to you. Yeah, that's the culture of our company. And if I hear anybody else not being nice, y'all let me know. Like if you're like, oh, they're just being a-holes to me, let me know. Like I'll handle that situation. Because that's not who we are. Yeah.
You know, I want to elaborate on what being nice is, so people don't feel like we're being threatening. If I may, being nice just is another way of saying I'll meet you where you are.
Right.
If out of a 10, an energy level of 10, like a Mark Spears out of 10, Aaron's gonna meet you at a 10. We're gonna run hard. But if you're at a 2, we'll meet you at a 2. And that means we're not gonna push you. If you're not on the calls, you know, we're not gonna harass you. Go, why weren't you there? We'll say, hey, you know, we had a good call. How can I help you? We're just gonna meet you at the energy level. We're gonna mirror and match your energy level. If you're happy making 10K a year, we're happy for you at 10K a year. Rather than nag you and insist you join us, we'll accept what you're accepting for yourself. That's what being nice means. We're not going to push you because you're not asking to be pushed. But if you're asking to be pushed, to catch up to Mark Spear, to catch up to Diane Crump, if you're asking, we're going to meet you with that energy level and take you where you want to go. I told Aaron years ago, I give you 100% permission to put your 10.5 shoe up my butt. Right, Aaron? When I'm slacking. Don't worry about apologizing to me. You're the only person in the world that's trying to make me a millionaire. Why would I get mad at that? So if I'm slacking in front of everyone, I'll still say it. Take that 10.5, add the other one if you have to, and get me back on track because I deserve to win. And that's what we're looking for. People that are just saying the same thing. Help me, I want to win. But if you want to stay where you're at, we're going to love you where you're at, and we're not going to nag you.
For sure, man. That's well thought out, well put. So that being said, it's time to run and gun. Mark, I appreciate you. Nelson, I appreciate you. Savage, Jared, and Danielle, I appreciate all of you. Looking for more leadership to step up. What's it take to go district manager? 5 to 7 UWAs running 50,000. That's it. That's it. 5 to 7 UWAs. Could be your neighbor, could be your friends, could be a family member, could be your next clients, could be your next Uber driver, could be the person you walk up to on the street, could be a social media post response, could be whoever it is that you're out there actively looking for. But that's the key phrase. If you guys want to grow to management level, you got to be actively looking, actively searching. And you don't have to know what you're doing to start doing that. You don't have to know. That's why you have these managers in place. We're going to help you grow your business. And if they don't already know who their 3 to 5 that they're eyeing within their agencies are, y'all better start raising your hand, because I promise you, they are looking. They are looking to pour their resources, their time, their effort, their experience into anyone who wants it. So y'all raise your hand. All right. I love y'all. Fired up. But y'all going to see something magical happen in the next 90 days. Y'all going to get those of you are going to watch some brand new people pop up like Athena Runyon and start just crushing it from the get-go. Some of y'all are going to see some people absolutely start crushing 20, 30, 40,000 while you're sitting back just kind of watching. Y'all are going to see some people. It happens at, like, I already know what's going to happen. I'm just giving you the heads up. Like, you're going to see people that absolutely mean it from day one and start running and gunning without excuse and start slamming high yield numbers. And you're going to be like, I wish that was me.
Hey, Aaron.
I'm closing out.
Aaron.
What's up, Darren?
Okay. Just a quick question. How do you go about as far as having a minor as a beneficiary?
That would be a question for your upline chat, but I appreciate that. You just write them on the application. Minors can be beneficiaries.
Okay, yeah, I got you. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I get what you later on that.
All right, cool. Later, y'all.
Later.